Hey everybody, welcome back to another TGG Cares. This is where we're just bringing in people from different nonprofits throughout our city and our community, people that are doing great things for Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas, and just to really spotlight them and let you know what's going on, how you can help, how you can be part of what they're doing in our community. Today I have Megan Chose from Feeding South Dakota. You are the development director there.
Yeah.
And I got the last name correct.
You did. Thanks for having me.
Yes, we are excited to have you here. And it's kind of perfect timing that you're here. We'll get to that in a minute. But, I think with everything going on, inflation, and, I would have to imagine things on your guys' end is maybe as interesting as it has been.
Yeah, our model has shifted so much from COVID. We really started out in a pantry model. So folks could come in and shop with us in just a regular pantry. And because of COVID, we've really shifted to mobile.
Yeah.
Making sure that we are getting out in the communities throughout our state and making sure that we are taking food to where hunger resides rather than folks who are food insecure trying to find us.
Yeah. So, and I think sometimes you're getting the mission of Feeding South Dakota is tell me it again, to end hunger in South Dakota.
Yeah.
So big task.
Big task.
But I also think that there's some there that are like, is there really that many people? You shared a stat that 1 in 6 children is food insecure in South Dakota.
Just in South Dakota.
So if there's a class of 24, there's 4 kids in that class that maybe don't know where their next meal is coming, especially when they leave the school.
Yeah, that's a big reality. I think you think about, I don't know some folks that are food insecure, but I think COVID really showed us that it could be your kiddo's classmate that comes over to your house after school. It could be somebody that sits next to you in church. It could be a family that lost their jobs during COVID. So I think the face of food insecurity looks a lot different now.
Yeah.
Like things you mentioned, like inflation or one medical bill. Things are really small. What seem like small things can really make a big difference in having someone really need that food assistance.
Yeah. So what does that look like week to week? And you mentioned one of the things is the backpack program.
Yeah.
So talk about how many backpacks go out of Feeding South Dakota to feed children each week?
So each week, about 4,000 backpacks go out across the state to just kiddos, making sure that they have food while they're not in school. So they have great resources at the school, things like snack, breakfast, lunches, but really making sure that those kiddos, when they're going home, they have all the food that they need. So things like snacks, lunches, everything that a normal kiddo would want while they're not at school.
That's awesome. So where do you deliver them to the schools, or we'll talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so we're really volunteer led. We would not be able to do what we do without our volunteers. So each week our volunteers pack up the backpacks, the bags, and then each week we deliver those to the school so that they can be sent on their way with kiddos on Fridays so that they've have that food when they're at home.
That's awesome. And the volunteer thing is really cool. As a team, we went last year and did an afternoon at Feeding South Dakota, and the facility there is amazing.
Yeah, what they have you do?
They had us pack up the boxes and the food, and it was just fun. So as a team building thing, it was amazing if you're looking for opportunities like that. But it was amazing at how much work went into I think we were there for a couple of hours, and it's like, I'm tired.
We put our volunteers to work, that's for sure.
Yeah, so if there's somebody out there that maybe is looking for an opportunity, how would another business sign up for
so it's just feedingsouthDakota.org/volunteer. You could be doing anything from packing backpacks to sorting food, packing our mobile distribution boxes, things like that. And then a really fun thing that most people, you can't do it anywhere else. We have a clean room that was donated to us through fantastic partners, and so we're able to receive bulk products, so things like Valley Queen cheese, big slices of cheese or things like that, or even today I saw them repackaging pretzels. So we get these things in bulk, and then one of our volunteer shifts is to package those down into smaller items. So you get the whole garb, the hair nets and all that good stuff, and you get to do that for a couple hours.
Go to work. Yeah, I love it. And the efficiency, nothing's wasted. Is what we noticed. Everything gets used, or there's somewhere that it can be used. So So that's really cool. So with talking about fundraising and different things, because on the cost of food, we all know is going up like everything else right now. So donations, fundraising for you guys is a big thing. You have something exciting going on this week. So it's kind of cool that we're doing this today. It wasn't really planned. So talk about what you guys have going on this week.
Yeah, you hit it right on the head. So just as what you're seeing in the grocery store, we're seeing it just on an amplified level. So what used to be a certain amount is just inflated with what we're trying to serve across the state with that 20% increase across the state of guests that we're trying to serve at our mobile distributions. So just much more that we're in need of as far as dollars. And so this week is a fantastic match from our board of directors. We have a really great engaged board of directors, and they've put up their own dollars to match up to $25,000. So anything that's donated between now and Sunday will be matched dollar for dollar, thanks to our board of directors.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's a committed board. That's really cool. So every dollar you give, if you want to give $10, it's actually 20 this week.
Yeah.
Only. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll put a link in the comments below just so people can jump on that. But you mentioned there's a 20% increase in need year over year. So just in the last year, you've seen it go up that much.
Yeah, I think things like, pandemic funds, things like the child tax credit, or even just now in the last year, free breakfast and lunches going away for all kiddos in our state. We've just seen a big increase, folks that really needed that support, and it's gone away. And so we are making sure that we can step in for that 20% increase across the state. So those dollars just go such a long way. With each dollar, we're able to actually purchase 3 meals. And so when you think about giving $20, when that actually turns into 40, what it could do. So we're really thankful and grateful for the support that we receive from donors.
That's what I mean, the efficiency. It's like every dollar gets used in a big way.
Yeah.
So talk about September is Hunger Action Month.
Yeah.
So what does that mean?
Yeah, so really this is an effort with Feeding America. So making sure that we have a month dedicated to talking about those statistics that are real in our state. 1 in 9 individuals in our state are food insecure, or 1 in 6 kiddos, that, like you mentioned. So really just using this month to advocate and really highlight what we're seeing at a local level for food insecurity in our state. Yeah. So there's just a lot of stuff going on, like this great match from our board of directors, to folks doing food drives and fund drives, or coming out to volunteer with us. So that we have a lot of ways that you can participate, and we're grateful for however people choose to do that.
So food drive, so talk about that. Is that something that like local businesses can do, or
Yeah. So you can make it as simple or as hard as you want to. So as a family or coworkers, you just get together and donate food, and then it can be dropped off at our local food bank here in Sioux Falls, or you can go as big and get a barrel and make sure that put it out in the news or something like that for more people to participate. But super simple things like canned meat, hamburger helper, like those kind of box meals, peanut butter, jelly, those are always great options that we're always looking for.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So how long have you been with Feeding South Dakota?
Not even a year. Only since October.
Cool. What's maybe the coolest thing that you could think of that you've seen? And then maybe like the biggest surprise stepping into your role?
Yeah, I think it's probably the same thing as the coolest, but also the most surprising, just how our community supports Feeding South Dakota. As a development director, I'm fortunate enough to see all the ways that folks interact with us. So how people volunteer with us or give of their time and talents with us, and even their treasures, their hard-earned dollars. And so that's really been the most surprising, but also the most rewarding, is seeing how much our community is invested in supporting those around us, and those that are maybe going through a hard time or have an unexpected bill or something like that they need to take care of. So really cool, but also really surprising.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. And I think our community is so great, and it's just fun to see when you have a great nonprofit like you guys see a need and want to take action on it, and then the community come around it. And that's why we're here. That's why we're doing this, and just to kind of let other people know that maybe don't know exactly, maybe they've heard of Feeding South Dakota, but what do they even do, or what is it all about? And I really think just letting people know of that need that's out there. And we've all felt it, the increase in cost across the board. We've all felt that the last, for sure, 6 months or a year.
Absolutely.
And so the impact is great, and the need is even greater. So what you guys are doing is amazing. And so we'll share the link below too for just the giving, matching for this week. So make sure this week, every dollar counts. So $1 gets, what did you say a dollar covers?
3 meals.
3 meals for $1. So if you're like, I can only do $10, well, you just bought 30 meals.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. So somebody will be super thankful for every dollar given. So make sure you click the link below and do your match donation today. And what else? Anything to end us with here?
If anybody wants to see Feeding South Dakota, we'd love to have you for a tour. We'd love to have you volunteer. It's a great team building activity, as you can attest to. So we're just grateful for the opportunity today, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, if you haven't been there, we'll be there in a couple of weeks, I think.
Good.
And so if you haven't been there yet, check it out, or schedule a time to volunteer as a team or even individually. Is that something?
Or as a family, however you want to serve. Yeah.
Very cool. So check out Feeding South Dakota. Thanks for tuning in. Thank you so much for coming and just letting us know what's going on.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Awesome. See ya.